I would find this truth, were it hidden indeed within the center of the earth.
How may we test it further?
Well, sometimes he walks 4 hours on end.
So he does, indeed.
At such a time, I'll lose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind a curtain to mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not from reason fallen on that account, let me be no assistant for state.
We will try it.
But look, the poor wretch comes reading.
Oh, I do beseech you gives me leave. I will address him presently. Give me leave. How doth the good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God a mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, excellent. Well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a woman.
Honest, my lord.
Aye, madam. To be honest as this world goes is to be one picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to it.
How say you on that? Still harping on my daughter. And yet he know me not at first. Call me a fishmonger. He is gone, far gone. And yet in my youth I suffered from much extremity for love. Very near this. I shall address him presently. My lord, what do you read?
Words. Words.
Words!
And what is the subject, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the subject that you read, my lord.
Slanders, madam. For this satirical rogue says here that old women have gray hair, that their faces are very wrinkled, that their eyes are purging with thick amber and plum tree gums, that they have a considerable lack of wit, together with most weak hams, all which, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not fit to have it thus set down, for you yourself should be as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backwards.
Though this is madness, there is method in it. My lord, will you walk out into the fresh air?
Into my grave.
That is, out in the air, my lord. How pointed sometimes his replies are. Happiness that madness often hits upon, which sanity and reason could not so prosperously be delivered of. I shall take my leave of him and suddenly contrive the means of a meeting between my daughter and him. My honorable lord, I most humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life!
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
You go seek Lord Hamlet. There he is.
My honor lord! My most dear lord!
My wonderful good friends, oh Guildenstern! Oh, how dost thou, Rosencrantz? Good lads, how do you both?
As ordinary children of earth, happy in that we are not too happy. On fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Nor are you the soles of her shoe.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about the waist or the middle of her favors?
They are privates and private citizens.
Most true. Lady Fortune, she is fickle. But what is the news?
None, but that the world has grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. But your news is not true, for let me question more in particular, for I too speak to you as an honest man, but am most badly waited upon. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you. And sure, my friends, my thanks is not worth much. But were you not sent for? Is it voluntary? Is it your own inclining? Come, deal justly with me. Come, nay, speak.
What shall we say, my lord?
Why, anything except your purpose. You were sent for. And there is a kind of confession in your looks that your decency is not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you by the rights of our friendship, by the similarities of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more dear, a better prosper could charge you withal, be even and direct with me as to whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay then, I have an eye on you. If you love me, do not hold back.
We were sent for, my lord.
I will tell you why. So, shall my anticipation forestall disclosure and your secrecy to the king and queen remain intact? I have of late, but wherefore know not, lost all of my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and it goes so heavily. I am so depressed that this goodly structure, the earth, seems to me sterile and empty. This wonderful o'erhanging canopy, the air, look you, this majestical roof adorned with golden fire, why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the earth, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, what is this essence of dust? Man delights not me, no, nor woman neither.
My lord, there was no such stuff in our thoughts.
Why then did you laugh when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what poor reception the players shall receive from you. We passed them along the way, and hither they come to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome. His majesty shall have rule over me. And the adventurous knight shall his foil and light shield, oh, the lover, shall not sigh gratis. The humorous man shall end his part in peace, oh, the clown, he'll make those laugh at anything. The lady shall speak her mind freely. What players are they?
Even those you were wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city. There they are, my lord.
Oh, welcome, masters, to Elsinore, welcome indeed. Friends, your hands, come. The proper accompaniment of welcome is fashion and ceremony, but you are welcome. However, my uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my lord?
I am but slightly mad. I know a hawk from a heron.
Well, be with you, gentlemen. My lord, the actors come hither.
Blah, blah!
Upon mine honor.
Then came each actor upon his ass.
My lord, the best actors in the world, either for comedy, tragedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, pastoral historical, historical tragical, pastoral historical tragical comical, scene observing unity of place or poem unlimited. Plautus cannot be too light nor Seneca too heavy. The law of writ and reason and liberty. These are the only players.
Oh, Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hadst thou.
What a treasure hadst he, my lord.
Why? One fair daughter, no more, the which he loved exceedingly well.
Still on my daughter.
Am I not in the right, old Jephthah?
If you call me old Jephthah, my lord, I do have a daughter who I love exceedingly well.
Nay, that follows not.
What follows then, my lord?
Why, as by lot, God wot, and then you know it came to pass most like it was. The first stanza of the pious song will tell you more, for look where my interruption comes. Welcome, masters, to Elsinore. Welcome indeed. Gentlemen, your hands come. Oh, my lady, you're looking excellent. My old friend, thy face is bearded since I saw thee last. Welcome to Elsinore. Will you see the players well lodged? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the epitomes and brief chronicles of the time.
I will see them used according to their deserts, my lord.
Use them according to their desert, and who shall escape a whipping? Use them according to your own honor and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Friend, take them in.
Come, friends.
We'll hear a play tomorrow. Follow her. Oh, do you hear? Can you play The Murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
Excellent. We'll have it tomorrow night. And you could, if required, learn a speech of some 12 to 16 lines which I would write down and insert in it. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that Apollonia there, and look you, mock her not. My friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome.
Good, my lord.
Aye. So God be with you. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here could, in a fiction, in a dream of passion, force his soul so to his imagination that he would drown the stage with tears and cleave the general ear of horrid speech, make mad the guilty and appall the innocent the very faculties of eyes and ears, yet I, the dull-spirited rascal, mope like a sleepy fellow unquickened of his cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a king upon whose property and most dear life a damned destruction was made. Am I a coward? For it cannot be but I am chicken-livered and lack wrathfulness to make oppression bitter. Bloody body villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, unnatural villain, oh, vengeance! What an ass am I. This is a fine performance. That I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, and fall a-cursing like a menial kitchen servant. Fie upon it, foe! Get busy, my brain. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck to the very soul, that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it has no tongue, will speak. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll probe him to the quick. If he but flinch, I'll know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil has the power to assume a pleasing shape, yea, and perhaps deludes me to damn me. I'll have grounds more conclusive than this. The play is the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
And can you get from him by no leading conversation why he puts on this confusion? Grating so harshly over all his days of quiet, with turbulent and dangerous lunacy.
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but by what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor is he willing to be sounded, but with cunning madness does keep aloof, when we would bring him on to some confession of his true state.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
But with much forcing of his inclination.
Reluctant to start a conversation, but of our demands most free in his reply.
Did you interest him in any pastime?
Madam, it so fell out that certain players we passed along the way, of these we told him, and there did seem him a kind of joy of him to hear it. They are about the courts, and as I think, they have ordered this knight to play before him.
'Tis most true, and he hath beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him further stimulus, and drive his purpose on towards these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us too, for we have privately sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as it were by accident, might meet face to face with the fair Ophelia. Her mother and myself, lawful spies, will so bestow ourselves, that seeing unseen, we may of their encounter freely judge, and gather by him as he is behaved, if it be the affliction of his love or no that thus he suffers for.
Well, I shall obey you. For your part, Ophelia, I do hope your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted ways again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here. Majesty so bestow you, we will bestow ourselves. Read upon this, with such religious exercise make natural your loneliness. We are oft to blame in this. 'Tis all too true, that with devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar over the devil himself.
'Tis too true.
Oh, my lord, I hear him coming. Let us draw.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by that sleep to say that we in the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to, 'tis a completion devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. But that the dread of something after death, that undiscovered country from whose frontier no traveler returns, bewilders the will and makes us rather bear those ills than fly to others that we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy prayers be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor all this time?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have love tokens of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of such sweet breath composed as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost, take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot be engrafted on old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself tolerably virtuous, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I'm terribly proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses waiting to be committed than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between earth and heaven? Men are errant knaves all, believe none of us, and go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your mother?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be locked upon her, that she may play the fool nowhere but in her own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
Or if thou wilt needs marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape slander. Hurry and go thy ways to a nunnery. Or if thou dost marry, marry a fool, for wise men know what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery, go.
Oh, heavenly powers restore!
I have heard of your paintings too. God has given you one face and you make for yourselves another. You jig, you amble, you lisp, and you nickname your immorality ignorance. Go to, I'll have no more on it. It hath made me mad. I say, we shall have no more marriages. Those that are already married, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword. Of the fair state, the mirror of fashion and the pattern of courtliness, the observed of all observers. Quite down. And I, ladies most deject and wretched that sucked the honey of his music mouths, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of tune and harsh. That unmatched form and feature in full bloom youth, now withered with madness. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I've seen, and see what I see.
Love! No, his feelings do not that way tend. Nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. No, there's something in his soul over which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do suspect the hatch and the disclosure will be of some danger, which, for to prevent, I have in quick determination thus resolved. He shall with speed go to England. Haply shall the seas and countries different there expel this something settled matter from his heart, whereon his brain still beating puts him thus from fashion of himself. What think you on it?
It shall do well, my lord. But yet do I believe that the origin and commencement of his grief have sprung from unrequited love. How now, Ophelia, what's the matter? You need not tell us what he said, we heard it all. My lord, do as you please, but if you see fit, have his queen mother all alone entreat him after the play to show his griefs. I'll hide me behind a curtain to hear the proceedings. If she find him not, to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones should not unwatched go.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it as many of your players do, I'd rather have the town crier speak my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hands, but use all gently, for in the very torrent, tempest, and as I may say, the whirlwind of passion you must acquire, and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, and split the ears of the groundlings. Pray you, avoid it.
I warrant your honor.
Be not too tame, neither. Let discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance, that you o'erstep not the moderation of nature. For anything so overdone is contrary to the purpose of playing, whose end both at first and now was and is to hold as 'twere a mirror up to nature.
I hope we have reformed that pretty well with us, sir.
Oh, reform it all together. Go make you ready. How now, lady, will the king hear this piece of work?
And the queen too, and that at once.
Bid the players make haste.
I will do so.
What? Ho, Horatio.
Here, sweet lord, at your service.
Horatio, thou art an ideal man, as my association with people has brought me into contact.
Oh dear, my lord.
Nay, do not think I flatter. Give me a man like you that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core. I in my heart of hearts, as I do thee. There is a play tonight before the king. One scene of it comes very near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. With the greatest concentrated attention of your soul, observe my uncle. If his hidden guilt does not reveal itself in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen, and my imaginations are foul. Rivet your eyes to his face, and then after we will both our judgments join.
Well, my lord, if he gets away with being unobserved and escapes detecting, I will take the blame.
They are coming to the play. I must act, woohoo, mad. Get you a place.
Now there's our cousin Hamlet.
Excellent. In fame of the chameleon's dish, I eat the air. Promise crammed, you cannot feed fattened chickens so.
Do not understand this answer to my question.
No, nor mine now. My lady, you played at the university once, you say?
That I did, and was accounted a good actress.
And what did you enact?
I did enact the wife of Julius Caesar.
It was a brutal action of Brutus to kill so excellent a husband. Be the players ready.
Aye, my lord. They await your permission.
Come hither, Hamlet, sit by me.
No, good mother, here's metal more attractive.
You mark that, my lord?
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Did you think that I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
Oh, that's a modest thought to lie between mates' legs.
What is, my lord?
No thing.
You are merry, my lord.
Who, I?
Aye, my lord.
Oh, God, you're very best at foolish entertainment. What does a man do but be merry? For look how cheerfully my mother sits, and my father died this 2 hours ago.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
So long? No, let the devil wear black. I'll have a suit of sables. Oh, heavens, died this 2 months ago and not forgotten yet. Then there's hope a great man's memory may outlive his life. Half a year.
Full 30 times has the sun gone round the sea and the earth, and 30 dozen moons with barred radiance about the world of times 12 30's been, since love our hearts and our hands unite reciprocal in most sacred bonds. Ugh.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er, and love be done. But woe is me, you are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state, that I am worried about you. For women's fear and love are proportional to each other in neither aught or excess. Now, what my love is, experience hath made you know, and as my love is of a particular size, my fear is so. Where love is great, the littlest doubts are fear, and where little fear grows great, great love grows there.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My vital powers stop functioning, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, happily one is kind. For husband shalt thou...
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. Let me be accursed. None wed the second but who killed the first.
Wormwood, bitter truth to the taste.
The motives that second marriage give to rise are economic matters, but none of love. A second time I kill my husband dead, when a second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you speak, but what we do determine, off we break. Purpose is but the slave to memory, of violent birth, weak staying power. What to ourselves in passion we propose, the passion ending doth the purpose lose. Our intentions are overthrown, our thoughts are ours, their consequences none of our own. Thou think thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
Each opposite that blanches the face of joy meet what I would have well, and it destroy. Both in this world and in the next, pursue me last everlasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be wife.
If she should break it now.
'Tis deeply sworn, sweet. Leave me here a while. My spirit grows dull and faint. I would beguile this tedious day with sleep.
Sleep, rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
Madam, how do you like this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Nay, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offensive matter in it?
No, no, they do but pretend. Poison and jest. There's no offense in the word.
Yes. What do you call the play?
The Mouse Trap. The play is the exact representation of a murder done in Vienna. The Duke's name is Gonzago. His wife Baptista you shall see anon. 'Tis a knavish piece of work. But what of it? And we that have clear consciences, it touches us not. This one is Lucianus, nephew to the king.
Oh, you are as good as one who explains the coming action.
I could write the dialogue between you and your love.
Oh, you are sharp, my lord. You are keen.
It would cost you a sexual act to take off my edge.
Still better and more pointed and thus more offensive.
So you wrongfully take your husband. Come, murderer, leave the damnable faces and begin. The croaking raven doth bellow for revenge.
Thoughts black, hands act, strokes fit and time agreeing, confederate season else no creature seeing, thy mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, the curse of the goddess of witchcraft thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life usurps immediately.
He poisons him. The story is extant and rich. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
What's frightened of the blank shot?
Give over the play.
Give me some light.
Lights!
Lights! What's going on?
Why, let the wounded deer go weep, the unwounded deer play. For some must sleep while others must stay awake. So runs the world away. Oh, good Horatio, didst perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of the poisoning.
I did very well note. Good, my lord. Let me have a word with you.
Sir, a whole history.
The king, sir,
Hi, sir, what of it?
is in his retirement marvelously distempered.
Drink, sir?
No, my lord, with anger.
Your wisdom should show itself much richer to signify this to his doctor. For me to prescribe a remedy would perhaps plunge him into far more anger.
Good, my lord. Put your discourse into logical structure, so not so wildly from affair.
I am tame, sir. Pronounce.
The queen, your mother, in great affliction of spirit, hath sent me to you.
You are welcome.
Nay, good, my lord. If it please you to give me a rational answer, I will do your mother's commandment. If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of the business.
Sir, I cannot.
What?
Make you a rational answer. My wit's diseased. But, sir, such answer as I can make you shall command. Or rather, as you say, my mother. Therefore, no more. But to the matter, my mother, you say.
Then thus she says, your behavior has struck her into bewilderment and wonder.
Wonderful son that can so astonish a mother. But is there any sequel at the heels of my mother's admiration? Impart.
She wishes to see you in her room ere you go to bed.
We shall obey were she 10 times our mother. But have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you did love me once.
Oh, and do still, by these hands.
Good, my lord, what is the cause of your distemper?
Oh, sir, I lack advancement.
How can that be when you have the voice of the king himself?
My lord, the queen would speak with you in her room.
I will visit my mother by and by. They make me play the fool to my utmost capacity. I will come by and by.
And I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. 'Tis now a very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion into this world. Now could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look upon. But soft now to my mother. Let me be cruel, but not unnatural. I will speak daggers into her, but use none. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. How in my words soever she be rebuked, to give them seals, never my soul consent.
I like him not, nor stand it safe with us to let his madness range. Therefore prepare you. I, your commission, will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall, along with you. Oh, my position as king may not endure a hazard so dangerous as doth hourly grow out of his lunacies.
We will ourselves provide. Most holy and religious fear it is to keep those many, many bodies that live and feed upon your majesty.
The single and most peculiar life is bound with all the strength and armor of the mind to keep itself from injury, but much more that spirit upon whose welfare depends and rests the lives of...
Prepare you, I pray you, to this speedy voyage. We will make haste.
My lord, he's going to his mother's room. I'll hide behind a curtain in the ear of their conference. I warrant she'll take him to task. Fare you well, my liege. I'll call upon you ere you go to bed and tell you what I know.
Thanks, my dear lady. My offense is rank. Oh, it smells to heaven. It hath God's curse on Cain upon it, a brother's murder, and yet my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent. How if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? No, whereto serves mercy? To confront the visage of offense. And what's in prayer but this twofold force? To be forestalled ere we come to fall, or pardoned being down. Then I'll look up. My fault is past, but what form of prayer could serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. No, this cannot be. Since I'm still possessed of those fruits for which I did the murder. My crown and my own ambition and my queen. No, there is no evasion. There the action lies in his true nature, and we ourselves, compelled to give in evidence even to the teeth and forehead of our faults. What then? What remains?